for everybody's favorite, cleaning out the sewer system. So, one of the things I don't like about this camper is that the doors for the septic and all the doors on this side of the RV, there's nothing to hold the doors up. You can't click the doors where they stay up. And they've done it because when the slide out is out, you open the doors, and this is actually under the slide out. You don't want this held up so high that if somebody was to leave a door open and it was to close, that it would hit and either bend the trim or bend the door. So we have a nice pole we put on there. I am going to put on some hydraulic actuators on that will hold it at 90 degrees, so this will clear for another story, another video. So first things first is you want to always carry around with you is either some disposable gloves that you can get at Harbor Freight, or some, kitchen cleaning gloves, something of that sort. And
maybe the kind that goes up to your elbow.
Yeah, maybe even elbow. Hopefully you don't get that bad, but
don't get in that deep.
Now, this camper, as you can see, this is our dump hose. This is a lot smaller than a standard 4-inch gravity hose. That's because the tanks on this RV are on the other side. So to get it from that side to this side, it has a Macerator pump. And that pump chews everything up and pumps it over to this side and then dumps it. Good, bad, or whatever. It works fine, so I've got no beats about it. On this one, we've got a 90-degree turn to make it easier, and we also have a shutoff valve. And that way, it doesn't continue to leak and leak into there. I can shut off the valve while we store it and send it home. So, I'm gonna take her off. I'm gonna stick her in. You can get other fittings that fit over these caps and things of that sort. No problem. I'm gonna go ahead and open her up. In this case, you'll almost always find a rock beside these. I wonder why. Everybody's used to it, so kind of helps hold it down. Now on this camper,
it's locked.
It is locked.
We keep them locked generally, the ones we don't use.
Well, I came over and what I thought was unlocking it, and I guess I locked it.
Oh, okay.
Or it is locked. It was unlocked. So, and I have another pole that they had when we bought the camper with it. So, now on this camper, I have two valves. We have the gray. We have the gray valve over here, and we have the black over here. That's for the two separate tanks. Okay, then right here is the actual pump. We hit this switch, and that's what will start the pump. Now, the first thing you want to do is always to dump your black tank first. So I'm going to pull this. That opens up the black tank. I'll hit the pump switch, and here in a second, it will start pumping it over to the septic.
Now you can hear it sloshing. It's going to town.
So you want to run the black until it is completely empty, or what you think is completely empty. Now, if somebody puts toilet paper into the toilet and things of that sort, it can get hung on the sensors. Ours actually has a shelf in the tank which catches stuff on it. So what we end up doing is we end up taking a tank. We'll end up filling these tanks up with water, and then we'll take it in. We'll open up the toilet. We'll pour in a tank of water. Then we'll dump it. I'll dump the black again. We'll do that 2 or 3 times until it's coming out halfway clean water. It's not brown. It's coming out clean water. That way we know the tank's good. Okay, so we've filled ran some water through the system again. We've done that twice to get some water into it to the point where the black is finally running good and clear. So now that it's running clear, we can dump the gray. So I'm going to turn off the pump. Then I'm going to shut the black. I'm going to open up the gray pipe and turn the pump on, and we'll let it pump out the gray until it is drained out. At that point is where, if you want to, you actually open up your tank, fill up, we'll put about 1 gallon of water in your tank, and then if you want to put in one of the pods to keep your toilet refreshed, you can put a pod in there. A good tip and trick that we saw on doing it also is if you have any spare ice cubes in your freezer, take your ice cubes and put your ice cubes down into the toilet. The cubes themselves, as you drive down the road, will slosh around, will clean the sidewalls off and hit anything that's in there or whatever. And it's ice, so it'll just melt and it'll be water in your tank, and you're fine and dandy until the next trip. So we're going to let this drain out. We're going to fill the tank up with water, throw it down the tank, and go from there.